Happy Sunday, everyone. Hopefully, we've all had an amazing first week of 2017 so far. Definitely lots of action for us to take advantage of, and hopefully, there's going to be a lot more to come. So, this is, of course, going to be the ETRM washout long video that I tried to get on Friday, but unfortunately didn't get a chance to. So, figured I'd do it on Sunday after watching some pretty nice, exciting football games our first week of NFL playoffs. Hopefully, you guys got a chance to check those games out as well. So definitely this is going to be yet another washout long example. I get a lot of questions from you guys. Oh, what's your bread and butter? What's your bread and butter strategy? Well, if you guys watch my YouTube videos, of course, if I create multiple videos on the same type of play, then you better believe that's probably one of my bread and butter plays. So this is going to be, I believe, my third or fourth washout long video, just to emphasize the point. But it was a really good opportunity to, record another video, so why not? So a little bit of background on ETRM. We can see that ETRM on the previous day, which was Thursday, it was a squeezer at the open. Kind of seemingly died out around 10 a.m. Eastern time, and then it started to fade. And then we can see that critical support was around 383, 380s, just to keep it simple. And then toward the end of the day, we saw a crack of that critical support level, and look what happened. People panicked, and so it sold off and eventually closed close to the lows before getting a little bit of a, I guess, a short cover squeeze at the end. So, when you're looking at this type of action, and I was one of these people as well, I thought the stock was pretty much dead. And, when the stock seemingly appears dead, a lot of shorts are going to jump on. They're going to think that, oh, I can hold this position overnight and I'll be safe because the stock cracked critical support. A lot of the longs were bagged, and I should be fine. But let's fast forward a little bit. After hours, we can see the after hours grinded up a little bit, and that's already, I guess you can say that was a warning sign to the shorts. Albeit it was on low volume, they shouldn't be freaking out this time, but this little continuation of the grind from the close into after hours was definitely a warning sign that something was probably not right. Now fast forward to pre-market, you can see that something was really not right as this seemingly low volume grind turned to a pretty big spike here at the open. Now at this point in time, you better believe that the shorts are now probably starting to get a little scared here. And if you followed my tweets on Twitter, I pretty much said something like, yeah, ETRM, let's play. And you guys pretty much know that that's pretty much code for I'm probably going to go in big on the washout long and make a shit ton of money. So that's pretty much exactly what my game plan was. Once you see this huge kind of gap, this huge move pre-market, you can see that if we zoom out a little bit, that gap was well above the previous day's high of $5, give or take. And, the moment that it broke 5, you see right here, there's a little spike here, and it attempted a couple of red candles. Couldn't get below 5, couldn't get below 5, and then boom. The first wave of shorts / long chasers started to jump in, and they caused this little spike right here. So this stock is now well above the previous day's highs. The best possible short was at $5, and that guy is now down over $2 a share. So you better believe that these shorts are feeling the pain, like I always say. It's always a tug-of-war battle. Who's losing the tug-of-war battle here? Clearly the shorts, with the best possible short, down 40% in his position. You better believe that every single short that probably has a worse average than 5 is probably really, really feeling the pain here, and they're going to cover at the open. And look what happened. We had a little nice spike at the open, and boom, this thing just takes off. Goes from 6 right here. The first 2 candles. That's all I'm focusing on. First 2 candles, you got a little bit of a washout here, down to 6, and a spike all the way up to 8. Next candle, couldn't get above 8, and that's why we got a little bit of reject there. But more than enough opportunity for you to take advantage of these first 2 candles right here, especially this first one in particular, which had a range of about $1.40, $1.50. You capture even 50 cents of that move. I mean, that's pretty good money. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into the video and keep this short and simple. Like I said, I've beaten this dead horse time and time again. Washout long trade, absolutely money. Take advantage of it. Every time you see the same setup, shorts getting caught, they're in pain, they're going to cover, they're going to cause this little panic spike at the open. Even if the stock ends up tanking later on, it doesn't freaking matter. You got the first 2 candles, makes a nice move, one $2 gain. Take the quick profits, walk, who cares what happens afterward, right? So you'll see in my video how I took advantage of the stock, and how I made money on the long side. Alright guys, so let's pick it up here 2 minutes before the open. I'm going to speed it up a little bit just so it plays a little bit faster. But we can see that the stock is already gapped up and is holding VWAP, as you can see, around $6. So I'm basically just waiting to see how the stock behaves at the open and let it define its support and resistance levels. And I'm going to be buying the dip off of any support levels that we can clearly see. So we can see kind of 7 was that low resistance area right there, right around right here. And it just broke out of it. So I'm going to slow it down just for the open. So that little 7 area is probably an area of interest. There we go. We see a dip right there. Boom. Get in. A little bit of a 7 washout. And you can see didn't get a full fill. And then the stock just rockets. So I ended up selling my first position at $8. Saw a little bit of a stall there around 8. Bids came down, bids pulled, ended up being a good decision. Stock dropping down to 760, and we're going to try to buy the next dip again. You see me jumping in right here. Filled 9,000 shares at 740. Quick scalp. Now we'll be watching that $8 level again, see if it kind of stalls out again. Or any stall for that matter, I'll probably be looking to sell just to be on the safe side. Already locked in $6,000, don't want to blow those kind of profits. Looking at probably 7 as a stop out level. So I kind of don't like the stocks teetering around 750 at the moment. You'll probably see me put in a sell order. There we go, put in a sell order around 760. Didn't like the stall around 750 for too long. Stock did pop up another 20 cents, but you'll eventually see that it'll struggle to regain 8s, and it turned out to be a good decision. So I'll lock it in $8,100 in the span of 2 minutes or so. So that's pretty pretty solid work for just 2 minutes. So basically the premises of the trade was to look for any washout. You can see that 7 was a key level based off of that pre-market action. You see that little hump right there was around 7. And in the moment that 7 broke out, you can see that there was a huge candle. And then we could see that at the open, you see a little bit of a 7 washout. Stock drops to 680. Stops are probably taken out there. And then you see the bids prop right back up. And then I was in the clear. So again, probably could have gotten another 20 cents or so off of those 9,000 shares on that secondary trade. Just wanted to play it safe. Already locked in some pretty good gains. Didn't want to put myself in a situation where I'd be giving back a lot of the gains off of my first nice trade of about $6,000. So more than happy again with the $8,100 in the span of just a couple minutes. I'm just going to speed things up just to show that the stock eventually did fade. As you see, it's going down. Right now, VWAP is probably a very important over and under for ETRM in determining whether or not it remains a bullish or it turns into a short. As you can see, with the stock acting kind of like a 50-50 play right now, you see that I'm kind of refraining from pushing any buttons. And if I were to take a trade, it would probably be very, very small size to protect the $8,100 I already made. And you can see the washout on 7 right there. Tried to scalp this little wash, only filled 390 shares, and then just sold it really fast for like $100 or so. So yeah, so there you have it. This stock, as you can see, 8 was a trouble spot for it, and I no longer opted to play any size after I saw that 8 was an area where it started to struggle. So just to protect my profits, like I said, I opted to just play small, or better yet, not make any trades at all, especially when it was just teetering around that 750 area. And then once it cracked VWAP, you know, it kind of became really tough to long this thing, especially with any size. So you always want to be careful, guys. Always you want to protect your profits. You know, you always don't want to overextend yourself. You made yourself some nice money off of that first trade. You know, you paid yourself well. You know, why give it back by giving the market an opportunity to take it away from you by overextending yourself? So you gotta be really careful, guys. Risk management, and always keep that in mind that, you know, if you overextend yourself, you know, you're putting yourself in a pretty difficult predicament, and more often than not, you'll be forced to make a very difficult decision. You know, you gotta cut losses. If you don't cut losses, maybe you end up averaging down. You end up, you know, amplifying your losses. So you gotta be really careful. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're forced to make these difficult decisions, and you'll be fine. So let's go ahead and just show you guys what happens at the end here. You can see that the stock eventually did go down, and it was a pretty good decision for me to sell my second 9,000 share position, albeit 20 cents too early, give or take. But of course, we know that ETRM ended up squeezing later, so you want to look at it that way, then it was a bad decision. But in this spot, I obviously wouldn't have bag held my 9,000 shares down over $1 a share and throw away my $6,000 profits and turn it into a negative $3,000 loss. That's just silly. So eventually I ended up trading this a lot more later on once the trend was apparently bullish again, and ended up with a pretty nice 5-figure day. So that being said, guys, hopefully you guys got extracted a thing or two from this video. Hopefully you guys you know, at least extract the fact that a washout long is one of my bread and butter plays, and you guys stop asking me. But all in all, it's all in good fun, guys. Thanks a lot for watching my videos. Many more to come. Got lots of good ideas coming up for 2017, so be on the lookout for them. And that being said, guys, best of luck tomorrow for a new trading week, and hope this amazing action from the market just keeps on going, and it keeps on giving us and paying us out with some big money. All right, guys. See you guys later.